Okay, so I'm here with Hyla. Hyla, sit. Past couple days, she's just kind of been staying at my house. Just so you know exactly how serious this is, she's gone after my dog about 4 different times. Sit at my house. So I'm going to show you how we're going to introduce Hyla to a dog. A couple things to keep in mind. When you do this, it's at a neutral place, so it's never in somebody's backyard. It's not at Hyla's place, and as you can see, I've got Forrest over there. Forrest is a passive dog, and it's very important. I don't know if you can see him, but he's over there. It's very important that you don't use an aggressive dog when doing this exercise. We want to do a passive dog so Hyla can kind of get comfortable to it. And just to kind of explain to you what we're gonna do is we're going to walk around in a circle, and eventually the ultimate goal is I'm gonna have one of my coworkers, Joy, eventually be walking both dogs in the same direction. What that's gonna do is we're gonna teach them that they're part of the same pack, and hopefully they will understand that there's no reason to fight, and then ultimately we're going to let them go and see how they play, and that's the goal. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. All right, go ahead, just start walking. Start walking a little bit slow. I'm going to come back your way. Okay, so the very first thing that we're doing is I'm just going to kind of see how Hyla reacts to Forrest. And we're just gonna pass. I'm gonna be on the inside when I pass the first time. I just wanna see how Hyla reacts. Okay. Good girl, come on. And I did just a little bit of a correction technique right there, just to kind of keep her from looping. And then just go ahead and walk at a regular pace for me. So I'm gonna have Joy kind of walk at a regular pace. She's not really gonna worry about what I'm doing. Hyla, come here. And Hyla and I are gonna come. We're gonna walk past again. I just wanna see Hyla's reaction. Good girl, come on. The muzzle is very important. I don't want anybody to get hurt during this exercise. So this time I'm just gonna kind of circle around, and I'm gonna start going in Joy's direction. Okay, so go ahead and slow down a little bit. So she's gonna slow down just so we can kind of catch up a little bit. And what we're doing is we're trying to teach Hyla that she's part of the same pack as Forrest, and that dogs are actually a good thing. When we introduce dogs, we don't ever want to do it face to face. We want to do the sniff introduction. We don't want to do the eye introduction. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of creep Hyla up and just see how she reacts to Forrest. I'm going to let her get just a couple sniffs in there. Okay, so go ahead and speed it up just a little bit. And now I'm gonna walk side by side with Joy and Hyla. I want Hyla paying more attention to me than the other dog at this point. And so we're just gonna do a lap here with them kind of side by side. And as you can see, Hyla is not even paying attention to Forrest, which is really good. That's exactly what we want. Good girl. So we had just a quick sniff there, but it wasn't anything. So that's perfect. Right now, Hyla is paying a little bit more attention to me than Forrest, which is exactly what we want. And so this time I'm gonna kind of drop back a little bit. Go ahead and keep walking at yeah, there you go. And this time I'm gonna go over to Joy's right-hand side, and I'm gonna have Joy take this leash. And she's gonna be walking, or on your left, I'm sorry. She's gonna be walking Hyla and Forrest at the same time, okay? So by doing that, we're just trying to teach Hyla that, again, she's part of the same pack as Forrest. Now keep in mind, every dog that she has met outside of her family, she has gone after and tried to attack. Joy's job right now is just to kind of keep the dogs focused, going ahead. Good. So they're both doing really good. They're not really paying any attention to each other, which is exactly what we want. Good. Good girl, Hyla. Good girl. And I'm going to have Joy go around just one more time here with the dogs. And again, this is all mental. Everything that we're doing is we're trying to teach these dogs, or teach Hyla, that they're part of the same pack. So the theory behind that is that there should not be any fighting, that they should get along and they should play together. Again, Hyla's muzzled, so that way Forrest is not going to get hurt. Forrest is a passive dog, but he's not a pushover either. So if he's uncomfortable, he will definitely let her know. So we want to try not to use a pushover either, because I believe aggressive dogs will kind of steamroll them. Okay. Good. So go ahead and release Forrest. Okay. Okay. So now we went ahead and released Forrest. We just kind of want to see how Hyla's going to react. Okay. I'm going to bring Hyla over a little bit. I just kind of want to see her reaction. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to release Hyla. Okay. And in theory, easy. That's a good girl, Hyla. Good girl. So now Hyla doesn't have a leash on. And we're hoping that she plays with Forrest. Hyla, coming in. Hyla, you're doing set. Come here. Good girl. Reward is so important. We want to reward the good behavior. Now this is already better. Hyla, no. Hyla. Hyla. Good girl. And as you can see, she's just engaging in play right now. That's really good. Good girl, Hyla. Go play with Forrest. Go play with Forrest. I want you to look at her tail. So her tail is wagging right now. She's obviously having such a good time. Okay. Good girl. Good play. Good Hyla. Okay. The tail is so important. We don't want that tail tucked. Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Go play with Forrest. Go play with Forrest. Okay. And so the bark, not too concerning at this point because the tail is wagging. Hyla, be easy. Play with Forrest. Nice. Okay. Good girl. So we have the mouth open, which is what we want, and we have the tail wagging. Hyla, come and play. Come on. Good girl. You're doing such a good job. Such a good job. And again, you know, just the bark. Maybe she doesn't exactly know how to play, but she's not going after Forrest. That's exactly what we want. She is not attacking Forrest. Come and play with Forrest, Hyla. Go play with. You're doing such a good job. And this is exactly what we want. She's at least ignoring Forrest right now, which is perfect. Go play with Forrest. Go play. Easy, Hyla. Easy. Easy. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Do you want to take the muzzle off?
Whatever you do.
Let's see how she does. Good girl, Hyla. Good girl. We're going to give it just another minute here, just to be sure that Hyla's okay. Good girl. That's such a good girl. Good girl, Forrest. You're doing such a good job. Good girl. Hyla, come and play with Forrest. Come on. Come on. Yeah, so we're just going to be sure she engages. Go ahead, engage. Hyla, good girl. Good play. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's such a good girl. Okay, so again, I want you to watch the tail. The tail's wagging. That's exactly what we want. We want her to be having some fun. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. And do you get fed at all, Forrest? Are you starving? Hyla, come and play with Forrest. Come and play with Forrest. Come and play with Forrest. Good girl. That's such a good girl. Come on. Come on. Okay. And in a second, Joy, I'm going to have you take this camera. I just want to watch her when I take this off.
Okay. And then do you want my
keep it
hand just in
recording.
case?
Huh? That's okay. I got it.
Okay.
So we want to be, the main focus is we want to be sure that nobody gets hurt. Hyla, come on. Come on, play with Forrest. Come on, good girl. So I'm going to kind of control the play just a little bit. I just want to be sure that, no, easy. I just want to be sure that there's no rough play. Hyla. Hyla. Okay. And at this point, I think Hyla just doesn't know how to play. I don't believe that she's trying to go after Forrest intentionally. I just think that she doesn't know how to play. Easy, come on, let's play. Come on, play. Good girl. Good girl. I use a squirt bottle just to kind of control the play a little bit. Good girl. Hyla, come and play. Good girl. Easy. Okay. I just want to stop that big run that she was about to do. Hyla, come here. Good girl. Good girl. So this is definitely step one. I'm not, Hyla, easy, easy, easy. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Come here. That's a good girl. Again, we don't have any biting. I want to try and at least control a little bit of that excited run at her. So we're going to wait just a little bit longer. Come on, Hyla, come on. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? I know. Hyla. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Hyla, easy, easy, easy. Easy, good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Easy. No. Hyla. Easy. Come on. Last time we introduced her to somebody, she just immediately just went and steamrolled them. So, so this is definitely a little bit better. Good girl, Hyla. Good girl. You want to play with Forrest? Rewards are key for sure. Come and play with Forrest. There he is. There he is. Good girl. Good girl. Hyla. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a longer lead on her when I release this muzzle. Easy. Hyla. Easy. I just want to be sure I can. Easy. Hyla. Easy. I want to be sure that she's going to be able to play nice. So these are the different steps that we want to do just to kind of ensure that Forrest doesn't get hurt. You know, but we want to kind of let her do her thing here. Good girl. Good girl. Come here. I know, it's fun to play, huh? Good girl. Come on, good girl. That's a good girl. Look at you. You're playing, huh? Easy, easy. No biting. Easy. And again, just based off of the tail, I'm still kind of getting the impression that she just doesn't know how to play. I don't believe she's trying to go after Forrest at this point, but I'm not going to let her play rough like that either. It's important that we have kind of a calm play with her. We don't want it to get too rough. Good girl. Where's the ball? Get the ball. Get the ball. Hyla. Easy. Good girl. That's a good girl. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. Come on. Go get the ball. Good girl. Come on. Go get the ball. Good girl. Go get the ball. Where's the ball? Go get the ball, Hyla. Go get it. Go get the ball. Good girl. So definitely progress. Just by the fact that she's not constantly trying to go after Forrest. Forrest, come here, buddy. Forrest. Come on. Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Go play. Good girl. I want to kind of see how she engages with Forrest right now. Come on. Go play. Where's the ball? Go get. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? I know. You're doing such a good job. Such a good job. I know. Come on. You're doing such a good job. Look at you, huh? I know. Good girl. Good girl, huh? You know, and then we're gonna kind of just let that come on. And right now, she would rather pay attention to me than the other dog, and that's exactly what you want. I want her to focus on me and not worry about the other dog. So she's definitely doing really good. Forrest, we should have got a more active dog.
It's so hot out. It's just too hot.
Forrest.
Forrest, come.
Good boy. Good boy.
Go see Devin.
Good boy, Forrest, come here. Forrest, come here. Good boy. Okay, so this is huge for Hyla. Good girl. I know, that's such a good girl. I know. Good girl. Good girl. This is huge for Hyla. This is a big step for Hyla. Good girl. I know you guys are doing both so good. And she didn't even care that Forrest tried to take the food. Come on. Good girl, Hyla. You're doing such a good job. Such a good job. Good girl. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. Look at you. Look at you. Okay, so this is huge for Hyla. So we definitely don't want to overdo it, but she's not going after the dog. Always reward. No, easy. Good girl. Good sniff. Good girl. Good girl. Always reward the good behavior. Let's see if she engages a little bit. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. I know. No, no. You don't do that. Easy. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Hyla. Come here. Come on. Forrest, come here. Will you please play with this dog? Hyla, no. Hyla. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl right there. Okay, so as you can kind of see, that's a good puppy. Good girl. Okay, so I mean, it's that. I want to say it's that simple, but it's important that she learns that there's no threat in here. If you go to introduce a dog and there's an aggressive dog in that park, it's setting your dog up for failure. So we want to take some baby steps with her. And as you can see, she's starting to engage in Forrest and starting to play with Forrest. So that's what you want. So this is the update on Hyla. I'm hoping here in the next couple days I can have her at a dog park playing with a lot of different dogs. But this is kind of the baby step with her, just so she kind of learns to understand that dogs are actually a good thing and there's no reason for her to act aggressively. So stay tuned and I'll keep posting more for you guys.